Hey there, real quick before we begin, you're about to watch a live stream, which means you're really kind of behind the scenes here because these lessons are usually watched in the archives, but you're here for the live taping of them. So if we mess up really bad, we're probably going to chop that out, but you're going to get to see all of our bloopers and mistakes. We'll also chop this off, so no one is going to see this part of the lesson but you. And because you're behind the scenes, you're probably going to ignore my instructions when I say, like, pause the video and go practice or whatever. You can if you want. It's just that everyone in the chat room then will be in different places in the video. That's fine. When you want to join us live again, go down to the bottom of the video, click on the live button, and that should take you straight to where we actually are now. So now here comes the part for everybody else. I'm really glad you're with us. The archives are fine, but my favorite is talking to you live. So see you in the chat room. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock here, the lesson is about to begin. If this is your first time playing piano, welcome. I'm very excited for you. You're going to do great. Hopefully you already received from us the welcome packet in the mail, and maybe you even got started on the Absolute Beginners video pack to teach you the names of the notes and things like that. But if not, that's fine. You'll do great. I'll show you how to play all the notes. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. You can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. And even if you only learn a little bit of this song and you don't learn the whole thing, you'll still learn enough to help you build skills so you can learn other songs faster in the future. So jump in, give it a try. You're bound to end up at least a little bit better than you even are right now. Throughout the lesson, I may refer to Clopple Academy, and you can check out that link on the website if you want. Basically, it's a program that takes you all the way from learning the names of the notes, the very beginning, through 12 levels of classical and jazz music, through all the skills that you would need to become a professional pianist. So you would learn all the same stuff that you would learn if you're taking regular traditional piano lessons, probably plus a little bit more, but it takes about 5 to 10 years to complete. So you can just try out the first level, see if it's the kind of thing that you like, or if you just care about today's lesson and learning this song, then just ignore all those references and focus on today's lesson. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The MP3 is a play-along track that you can use to practice more after the lesson, but a lot of students like to print out the PDF right now so they have it during the lesson. Careful, it could be up to like 30 pages, so just find the couple pages that you want and print those out. If you decide not to, that's fine. I'll show you all of the notes on screen as we go through it. And we will be going through 5 different levels of this song that all use the same play-along track. So even if you've never played piano before, you'll still be able to do level 1. And then as we go through level 2, 3, 4, and 5, then when we use that same play-along track, you just keep playing your same version. If you're watching this lesson in the archives and you have a question during the lesson, then feel free to click on that survey button. And at the end of the survey, there's a place for you to ask your question, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answer to that question. But if you're with us live as we're recording this today, then feel free to click on that chat button, and you can talk with all the other students who are logged in during the live lesson. And if you have a question about the lesson, then you can just go ahead and type that into the box that says, Ask Jamin a Question, and we will do our best to answer that question live in the lesson. All right, I think that's the end of the boring stuff. I'm ready to learn a song. Stay tuned at the end of the lesson and I'll show you how to win more points and earn more prizes next week. But for right now, let's get this party started. Almost. This is a tricky one. This is a super duper tricky one. But we'll talk about that later. First, let's talk about who's here. I am Jamin, and you are at KidsLearnPianoLive.com, and this is the incomparable Kendra.
guess what, Jamin? I just got to go see the movie let's see, what's it called? Uncharted. I was about to say Uncharted, but that's
Yes.
not a word.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and it's like based off of video games.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
And it was very fun.
Based on that movie, it seems like hunting treasure, it requires a lot of doing pull-ups. So I guess you're going to be a treasure hunter. Work on those pull-ups.
I noticed that too. I was like, why are they showing this?
Yes, you're not allowed to wear a t-shirt, and you must do a lot of pull-ups.
Absolutely.
But, anyway,
yes.
Who knew? The treasure hunting secrets.
Yes.
We need to get into this song. First of all, though, Globble, I know, buddy, you want to get a move on. We'll get a move on, but first I've got some good news and some bad news about this song. So the bad news first. This song is obviously really fast, and it's got weird repetitions. Even for me, this one's kind of super tricky. If you take a look at it with me, there we go. There's not that many notes, but they're all like the random numbers of notes. And so I'll show you the tricks that I'm using, but even I get tripped up by it every now and then. And then the other thing is the good news, which is it's just like 4 notes, grand total. There's just those 4 notes. If you can find those 4 notes, I'll show you how. Then you can play the whole entire song. So 4 notes, it's not bad, but we will have to pay attention to some of these patterns. So let me show you what those 4 notes are. First of all, I'm going to play them down here. Take any group of 2 black notes, like those ones right there. By the way, this is from the movie Sing 2, which is, I guess, why I'm an elephant today. I don't know. But any group of 2 black notes, like those ones, or those ones, or those ones, any group of 2 black notes, and take the white note that's just right, a little bit higher than it, just barely to the right of that group of 2 black notes, and that one's going to be an E. So we're going to need that one, and that one, and that one, those 3 that are right next to each other, and then we need the one that's not next to it, but is skipped down. So those letters are going to be E, and D, and C, and A. Those are going to be their names, but it makes more sense if you just start on the A and count up. A, B, C, D, E. So those are the letters that we need. A, C, D, E. And the whole rest of the song is just trying to keep up with the speed and then also playing the pattern. So for me, the thing that trips me up the most is that when I get to this C right here, I really want to play 2 of them, but there's just 1. So we're going to play an E first. That's the very first note that we found. And then skip all the way down to the bottom. Those are the A's. We're going to play 2 of those and then skip up to the C and come back down for 2 more A's. And we're going to say the words out loud. Oh, I've been shaking I. Oh, I've been shaking I. Ooh, I almost did that right there. I almost played 2 C's in a row. Oh, I've been shaking I. Yeah, that's super tricky. We might talk about why that's tricky later on. But yeah, oh, I've been shaking I. And then we're basically going to repeat that same pattern of 2 A's and then a C, and then 2 A's again. And we've got 3 E's in the middle, though. So, but before we do that A, A, C, A pattern, we got to play 3 E's. So probably saying the words along with your playing is going to help a whole lot. If we go, oh, I've been shaking, I love it when you go crazy, you. And the same thing again, 3 E's, take all my... And then right here, we've got 2 A's and then a C and then just 1 A before we get to the E. So that's where like the pattern doesn't quite hold up there. A, C, A, and then E, E. Now, we'll also give you the hint that when you get to this one, you might want to put like a big slash in there because when you hit those 2 E's, it's running. And when you hit those 2 E's, baby, we finally get a little bit of a break. It's a tiny break, but it'll feel like a big break when we play all these notes all together. It's going to go like this. Oh, I've been shaking. I love it when you go crazy. You take all my inhibitions, baby. There's nothing holding me back. This part right here is probably the part that you know the most. Even if you don't know the words to the song, you probably know that section right there. There's nothing holding me back. So it's 2 A's, and then the C, and the D, and the E, and we've got 2 E's at the end. So that might be the place where you want to start practicing. There's nothing holding me back. because that's kind of like the most fun part of the whole thing, to sing and to play, I think. There's nothing holding me back. And then we're going to do the exact same pattern down here that we did up above. I think literally the exact same pattern. So you could almost just like delete all of these notes right here. The words are different during that section, but the notes are in the rhythms are exactly the same. So it's really just these two lines right here. But it's super duper fast. Let's try it right now along with the track, but don't worry about any of the notes that you missed. If you want to, you can just listen along with me. You don't actually have to play. But I'm going to try to play all of these ones right here. I'm going to also double it in my right hand up here. So I'm going to be playing the same exact thing up here that I'm playing down here. And if you miss a bunch of notes, that's all right. Just play the notes that you can, and then don't worry about the ones that you miss. It's really fast. Good luck. I'll count it off for you. 1 and a 2. And a 1, 2, ready, and go. Oh, I've been shaking. I love it when you go crazy. You take all my inhibitions. Look at me. There's nothing holding me back. Keep up my reputation. Make my decisions, baby. Yeah, like I said, you might miss a bunch of notes, because you know what? I might miss a bunch of notes too. Let's try it one more time. This time I'm not going to scroll down, because I'm going to use both of my hands to play all the notes. You play all the notes that you can. If you're in the archives, you can press pause right now, practice up this section until you feel like you've got it down, and then come back and play along with us. If you're live, just play whatever you can. Here we go, one more time. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, ready, here we go. Oh, I've been shaking. I love it when you go crazy. You take all my inhibitions, baby. There's nothing holding me back. Oh, I've been shaking. I love it when you go crazy. You take all my inhibitions, baby. There's nothing holding me back. Yeah, okay, so that's gonna take some practice, even for me, to play along. Yeah, with all those speeds. Yeah, okay, Clapple. That'll be our last time through, but don't worry, we're going to work more on this on levels 2, 3, 4, and 5. But for right now, we've got some birthdays in March that I want to celebrate. Happy birthday to you. Wow, Bach, way to go. 337 this month. Congratulations. Well, congratulations also to the art contest winner. Maybe it's you. way to go. Kendra, would you tell us about our weekly activity?
This week is the finger puppets, and you can just cut out the finger puppets of Kloppel and his friends and tag Learn Piano Live when you post a picture on Facebook or Instagram for 150 bonus points from our favorite penguin mascot, Kloppel.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that has nothing to do with music whatsoever, but it's a lot of fun. Kind of like this week's game, which is called Flintstone Road. Flintstone Railroad? Is that it? Yeah, there we go. So there's 2 songs that you need for this game. One is Flintstones. So hopefully you've heard of that cartoon before. Kendra, have you heard of that cartoon before?
I have, but I don't think I've seen it.
Okay. Well, anyway, that one right there, Flintstones. Just maybe work on listening to that. Also, by the way, Flintstones is the same thing as Oompa Loompa. So if you've seen Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, then you can use the Oompa Loompa song instead of Flintstones if you're more familiar with that one. But anyway, that one right there, we're going to call that one Flintstones. But the other one is I've Been Working on the Railroad, which would go, I've been working on the railroad. So that one right there, that was called a perfect fourth. You don't have to remember that it's a perfect fourth. But if you're in Kloppel Academy level 3 or higher, that's probably going to be important for you to know that that's called a perfect fourth. But if you hear Flintstones, that's a perfect fifth. So you can either guess perfect fourth and perfect fifth, or if you want to, you can guess Flintstones, or I've Been Working on the Railroad. And you're going to try to guess these correctly before Kendra does. So she's going to jump in when she hears these 2 notes and tell you whether she thinks it's Flintstones or I've Been Working on the Railroad. You guess before she does. Kendra, what do you think this one is right here? Is it a perfect fifth or a perfect fourth? What do you think that is, Kendra?
I went to sing the Flintstones in my head, and I think it matched up, so I'm going to go with that.
Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. Yeah, it was a perfect fifth. Good. Oompa Loompa or Flintstones or perfect fifth, all those with the correct answers. Hopefully you got that before Kendra did. What about these 2 notes right here? What do you think? Is that Flintstones or is that I've Been Working on the Railroad? Kendra, what do you think that is?
Ooh, it feels like it could be either, but I'm gonna go with the Flintstones again.
Meet the Flintstones. Yeah. By the way, if we started there and we would have done I've Been Working on the Railroad, it would have sounded like this. Okay, cool. So then one more of these. What about this one right here? It sounds like the beginning of Flintstones or I've Been Working on the Railroad. One more time. What do you think, Kendra?
I think it's the Railroad song?
Yeah, it was. So that is perfect fourths and perfect fifths. That's also what we call Flintstone Railroad, which means now it's time for a little bit of mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
And this week is from Mega Dude, who says, Dear Jamin, what is an inversion? Well, in Kloppel Academy level 3, I believe we start playing inversions. Actually, you start playing them in level 1. We don't call them inversions yet. All it is it's a regular old chord. If you would zoom in on the keys for me here, then I'll show you. Just any old regular chord, like this one right here. This one, if you're playing chords, you probably know this one as a C chord. So this is a C in what we call root position, because the root of the chord, the name of the chord, is the bottom. But if we take this and we just invert it, we take the bottom note and we throw it on top, this is now an inversion. So it's just a chord where you've got all the right notes, but they're not quite in the original order. Then you can put the bottom note on top, and then that one's a different inversion because the root of the chord, the C, is still not at the bottom. Now we got a G at the bottom. So it's just a chord where we've taken the lowest note, the name of the chord, and we've put it somewhere other than on the bottom. Maybe we've put it on the top, or maybe we've put it in the middle, and that's an inversion, which means this next part is called secret information.
Secret information.
And this week, in our top secret information folder, you got this in your music lessons in a box if you're a subscriber. The first thing in our music profile this week is that this song doesn't go to the 1.
Now, what that means is we're playing here in the key of C. If we go to the level 2, normally we would see our left hand playing a C. But if you take a look, we've got an F, we got an A, we got a G, we got an F, we got an A, we got a G, we got no C, which is part of the reason that this song feels like it just needs to keep moving and keep moving and keep moving, because we keep not getting to a C. If we would go to a C, then we could feel like, cool, we're gonna rest there because that's where the song would end. But since it never hits a G, it's like we just want to keep on going until we finally hit a C, and it never ever does, so it wants to keep moving. The second thing in our top secret information folder is that the emphasis lyrics fall on the upbeat. Now, this is the part that gets me in the song. What this means is usually we'd have, like, at the beginning of each measure, this is a measure right here, this is the beginning of a measure right here, these up and down lines right here that divide these sections are called measures. Usually, whatever the most important word in the phrase is would go right at the beginning. So, like, right here, we would have the most important note, the most important word. So, like, if you were gonna say, I love it, you'd say, I love it. You'd say, I love it. You wouldn't say, I love it. But this one, that's the way it goes. The word it goes where the most important word is supposed to go. So when I'm saying the words out loud, I'm used to the most important word in the phrase going right on that most important beat on beat 1, but they put it right here on what's called the upbeat, not on the downbeat. So they're putting it in the wrong spot, which is what makes it difficult for me to play, because I keep expecting those words to be in different spots. Now, the next thing is kind of related. The next thing in our top secret information folder says that the chords actually move on the upbeats. So the chords move on the most important words, but the most important words are not going on the most important beats. Whew, this is a lot of music theory. But right here, this A minor, the way we've written it, it's not quite right actually. That's our secret, is that this A minor actually happens right there. Now, that's too hard for most people to do, so we went ahead and put in the easy spot on that downbeat. But the chords change on the most important words in the phrase, but the most important words in the phrase are kind of in the wrong spot for what we would expect. We expect them to be on the downbeat. They're actually on the upbeat. So, I'm not gonna probably talk about this later on, but if you want to, if you're working on level 2, 3, 4, 5, and you wanna take those chords and match them up with the note right before the measure, that's probably gonna sound more like the original song, because they just got a bunch of really funky rhythms, even though the patterns are pretty predictable. It's like 3 and then 2 and then 1 and then 2, and then 3 and then 2 and then 1 and then 2. It's pretty predictable, but the words are the part that kind of mess it up, at least for me. But that's all the secret information we have in this folder, which means the only piece of secret information that's left is who won the raffle. Maybe it's you.
So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out, and if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us.